All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. So, container homes, container studios, you gotta see it. You gotta see it. Make your own studio. Make your own studio. Let's get ready. Let's see what's up. Let's see what's up. All right, let's segue onto it. And bam, bam, bam. Container shops. Guys, I'm saying this because some people don't want to build their own stuff. There's people with kids that do it, right? So I've shown you what do you call it? What's that thing called? Sheds. Now you can go high grade with a style that's unique. Container homes. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Is that it is low profile, meaning that it can be the base double wide to another one on top of it. And it could potentially be utilized on 40-foot shipping containers with a post in the center. The alignment cones are the true hero in this design. The 3-inch gap in between the containers allows us to fold special profiles and make sure that we can connect these two containers together with bolt-on fittings and still shed the water between the containers instead of having that leak right into your floor. And guess what? We tested that. We water tested this thing and we had it outside all summer long. Not a single leak. These aren't just any shipping container. These are the Mod Box, designed by yours truly. And what makes these containers special is the top tubing. Instead of being a 60 millimeter by 60 millimeter square tubing, it's a 60 by 80 millimeter rectangular tube. And then similar concept down at the bottom. Instead of a C channel down there or a Z profile, it's now a rectangular tube, and that adds the structural integrity needed in order to span that full 20 feet when we drop these corrugation panels. Another key feature to the Mod Box is the rectangular tubing inside is the same height as the finished wood flooring, and now we don't have a tripping hazard going right across here. From there, we finished out the interior by framing it with a very unique strut channel framing method. We then 2-pound close cell spray foamed the entire thing and finished it with these PVC wall panels.
Guys, you see this? You see this? Most containers are usually I think it's like 8 by 4. So you put this together, now you have a 8 by 8, right? If you want that for a small shop, you got windows, you got air conditioning, you got electricity, everything fitted in, and it looks industrial.
Panels. We have electrical run all throughout the interior and lighting.
Look at that right there, right there. He's got right there. He's got heating. So that's what you call a Mr. Cool or whatever that is. It's an air conditioner slash heater, right? Look at that. You have everything you need, and you can spray foam it, which means if you don't like that whole industrial look, you can make it look like the house interior look, right?
And then we made sure we put a mini split unit for HVAC. Here we go. This is the moment of truth. We have most of the wall cut out, just a little tab up top and a couple tabs down below.
And that's the company name right there, Mod Box. Mod Box. If I end up moving out of this place for any reason, that's where I'm going. Mod Box, bro. Mod Box. Get me one of those.
Going to ensure that this panel drops outwards and hinges outwards, so the panel doesn't kick back and take out my ladder and keeps me nice and safe inside. Let's see how she goes.
You know, I like it like that. I'll keep that there for a little bit of like, put a window right there. Bam, there you go. And then the other parts could be like a two-sided thing where, let's say you have a place where all you're doing is just heat pressing t-shirts, right? You're heat pressing t-shirts. You got your shirts. Let's say you have your shirts right there on that side, right? On the left or the right. On the left or the right again, you could have your heat press machine, your direct to film printer, and or your vinyl cutter underneath, right? Large or small, right? You have those two things set up. Your interest is coming in and going out. Customer comes in, get their products, they go out, right? Somebody could be sitting at one side with the register, shirts on the bottom. They could decide what they want. And then once they decide the shirts they want, you could have shirts hanging in the back too. And then once everybody got everything they need, all they do grab what they need, get the design set up, bam, they're out, in and out. The other thing I would do is like in getting rid of that, I'll put like I'll just put like see-through glass, right? So that way it's more presentable. When people are walking by, they see exactly what it is, a t-shirt shop.
Bonus camera. I was really guessing that. Wow, that's actually really solid. I'm very impressed. I've just been inside another container that we cut the whole sidewall out of. That was a C-channel type container, so it's only got one of the vertical webs, and it is definitely way more of a springboard than this. And this here has the fork pocket still. So that takes out a lot of the strength out of this rec tube, and it's still acting very well. So I really like the idea of building containers this way, but it's such a small cost. 150 bucks to make that tube a little bit bigger, convert this C-channel to a rec tube, and all of a sudden the whole planet has 20-foot containers that are ready to modify. Wow, that was fast. I just took a 5-minute phone call and these guys are already done installing these on one container. We've installed these in a different order.
And that's the other thing with these container builds. You can do things a lot faster. You can move a lot faster with it. And any changes, modification can happen on the fly instead of like, weeks, days, months. You know what I mean?
Than you would. You would want to install these first. So the first thing you do is you grab these 5 units and you jump inside your container.
And here's the other thing, right? With these modular homes, most of them pass inspection quick because the inspector's like, what the heck is this? It's a container. It's supposed to be able to withstand storms. All right, cool. We good.
That is unmodified, and you mount them to that top 60mm tubing immediately. Then you can start dropping your exterior panels, and you know that this is going to give that top square tubing the additional support that it needs to ensure that you're staying cambered upwards or it's nice and flat and not drooping. Because otherwise you're gonna have to get in here with some jacks or teleposts or something and make sure that you're lifting up that tubing. And a lot of times if you're not putting even pressure on there, you end up with a container that's got a bit of a wave to it in the roof. And if you do that on 2 separate containers, then try to bring them together, your waves better match. So I'll be running the caulk up here, and it's important that you choose the proper adhesive / sealant. And so here we got our Dowsil or a Dowsil 795. The contractor's weatherproofing sealant, I'm told, is the identical product as Dowsil 795, but way less expensive because they don't have to warranty it for glazing windows. So that's an interesting thought and a way for you guys all to save money. So keep that in mind when you're purchasing your sealant, but we really like this product. It's not just a sealant, it's also an adhesive. So in this instance, we're gonna be able to structurally secure this header to this container because we did notice an error on the prototype parts. On these parts here, we actually have small holes. These are just 3/16 holes, and I would like those to be 5/16 thread cutting bolts. So we're actually gonna try drilling this and just using our structural rivets for now. It's this edge that I wanna make sure I got sealed up real well. So I'm gonna do that first while I remember where it is. The part is kind of there's a potential for it to install the wrong way. And so you really got to make sure that the part that pokes inwards is 1.5 inches because you're going to have a 3-inch gap between these 2 containers. And that is very important for the high capacity bridge fittings or our new alignment cones, we call them. So that part's done, but I'm also going to want to caulk the top portion of this. They say this stuff installs in the rain, so I'm going to put that to the test here too. We wanted to pressure wash this because a lot of times there's bird shit all over the roofs of these shipping containers and it looks like crap in the video, so we did that for you guys. Okay, we got one clean shot at this. So here we also had a little, whoopsie in the design, and something I changed on my future mod box design is there's stiffener plates here. This is a 3mm thick stiffener plate up on top, and that helps top lift operators when they try to or they missed the hole here, and they would otherwise poke through here, but because it's now 6 millimeters thick, that withstands that pressure of that twist lock and doesn't damage the shipping container. But we got lucky here too. I really wanted to try gusseting the sidewall, so I left a little bit of corrugation in from the corner post, so I could have got another 6 inches of double wide room inside of this thing, but it is not worth it in my opinion. Leaving a little bit of corrugation on the end walls. Ideally, you pretty much want that to be 2 feet. It really gets that weight to transfer down into the corner posts and into your foundation of your container home or container-based structure or whatever you're building out of these things. Oh yeah, that ripped through there. Okay, so here we just got to repeat the process for the rest of this container, and then we're going to jump on to the next one. Film crew behind the camera, they really think that.
You know, I really like the fact that he has a team for this. He has a team for this. That's amazing. But the way I would do mine is after they done with all that, man, I put a roof on top of that. I don't care. I'm putting a roof on top. Foam the rest of the bottom, roof on top. That way, no water gets on top.
Everyone's going to want this kit instead of that big, tall 40-foot double wide, and I can see why definitely with 20-foot containers, because you're only having to span 20 feet. On 40s, this kit could work, but you're going to need temporary support posts, probably 2 of them, somewhere inside of your envelope. And so if you plan on building bedrooms, you're going to have interior walls anyway. You can do posts. You can probably get away with a kit like this.
Wait, are you kidding me? Hold up, let's go back. Let's go back.
This kit could work, but you're going to need temporary support posts, probably 2 of them, somewhere inside of your envelope. And so if you plan on building bed.
Did you see that? He created a double so it can stack up on top of each other. Are you kidding me? Yo, that means on the bottom can be production. I mean, can be just, you just take the orders, customers come in and, you know, they get the orders, this and that, and they pick up. On top can be production. On top can be production. That's where you have all your machines lined up, screen printing, direct to film, your 6-station carousel heat press machine where you just crank and work. That is crazy. And also you can have an office area where you can do your YouTube live. Yo, that's what I want, man. That's what I want, man.
Rooms, you're going to have interior walls anyway. You can do posts. You can probably get away with a kit like this. Woo! That's what it looks like. Your shipping container, you get that locked into your spray foam. If you plan on using a batten insulation, it's gonna mold and you do not get the structural benefits of the foam, so stay away.
I like that they put insulation
Away from it. So this here behind me, this is one shipping container. It's basically touching on the 4 corners only and completely connected together with this double wide kit here. And so there are the bolt style bridge fittings that are on here still holding this together. I really want to, worst case scenario, just for demonstration purposes, I might wreck the whole thing, but I want to take those out and I want to test how these alignment cones hold. They do
I'm
have
pretty sure all that's gonna be
welds
painted.
holding them in place. And ideally, that's all that we would want as the structural connection between 2 containers. So just from my past experience, I do know these things, when you do weld them together, they sure stay nice and tight together, and you can grab them with the forklift often as a double wide from one container and move them around.
All right, let's start right here. Guys, you see that window? It's a large window. That's a large window. That's just to tell you, like, and That's only one half of the container. So guys, if you want to create a studio, you don't want to have a shed, but you want structural integrity. Listen, I'm not sponsored by these guys, but check this guy out, right? Container Guy. Go check their channel out. Links on the description. They do mod box modifications for their container kits. So I'm doing this to tell you guys, listen, it's good having your own shop. It's good having your own shop if you're able to. If you're not able to, it is what it is. But if you got the space, go to these guys. Go get yourself a shed. Build yourself a shed studio, right? But if you want it done professionally, go to the shed kit guys. Go to those container guys. I would go to the container guys because they're a lot faster in passing inspection because their stuff comes already pre-made modular. There's no step by step of inspectors coming in. It's already made, and all they do is put in your location that you want it to be in, right? So hold on, let me segue to me real quick. But man, look at that. That's big. That is big. Bam. Let's give them an applause. So again, I don't show all of it, so go back to their channel, watch it, listen to them. They'll give you more detail as you're listening. They did a great job. The container guys were amazing. Check out their channel. All right. In the meantime, like, subscribe. See, I told you I'm gonna bring you t-shirt stuff. But there's gonna be a little bit knickknacks here and there, right? That's gonna be talking about, stuff that we talk about, but mostly, t-shirt related, right? Business is t-shirts, right? So yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, like, subscribe, Levi Apparel. Peace.